What's going on? My name is Joe, and what I do is I help people get started in real estate investing, like just getting yourself going. If you've ever wanted to start real estate investing and you get stuck, in this video is a training I did with the team that I'm a part of in my community, just on finding leads. And it's really the lifeblood of your business. And a lot of times most people don't know where to find good leads. So in this training that I did with the team, I just talk about how to do it where you don't need fancy softwares. You can find leads, start finding leads with what you have, your internet and even your phone right now. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about today. This session is going to be all about locating leads for real estate investing. And lead generation is the kind of thing where it's really the lifeblood of the business. And you've heard this before. In any business, you need lead generation. So you would need a person to call you, or you need houses, or you just need leads. Right? And there's different ways to get leads, different ways. So what I'm going to talk about today is one of the ways to get leads is you can see that in your phone, the phone that you already have. So if you already have a phone, you can get leads because in your phone, you have a list of contacts, right? Right in your phone, you have a list of contacts. And the question I have for everybody here is this. In your contacts, does anybody have less than 100 contacts in your phone? Do you think you have less than 100 contacts in your phone? Nobody likes me, John. I don't got no friends. I don't have any contacts. You know what I'm saying? If that's not the case, then perfect. Good. All right, so that's one thing, right? You're gonna find the leads that you already have in your phone, which means you don't have to work that hard. You don't have to work that hard to try to go someplace and go to some website and get some type of software. You won't need any software to do what I'm gonna show you today. All right, and I'm gonna share my screen really quick. So here's the thing about real estate. Real estate investing, you guys that are starting, it's only three parts, three main parts. First thing you got to do is find a property. Then you analyze it by doing the numbers. And then you create the right offer. And the thing about the offer is this. This is where you get your money. You get your money when you create the right offer. Because in real estate, most of the money is made when you purchase. Right? When you purchase the property, that's where your money is. Sometimes, and if you purchase it wrong, then your money won't be there. It'll just be gone. It'll disappear. And this is how you're going to avoid it. So to avoid it, this part here, the finding, is a great place to find it at just a low enough price that you have room for you to make your money in there. Because here's the other thing that happens. The thing that happens in a lot of real estate, everybody else gets their money. Real estate agents, the brokers, the title company, the city, the taxes, all those people get their money, and then there's you. Right? And if you don't get it at that right price with enough room, you'll be left out. Because usually at a closing, they'll try to write you off. Or if you're an investor, you're losing money because you didn't buy it the right way. So this is why finding the property before you do the numbers is one of the most important parts of doing real estate, finding. And why I say your phone is one of the places to go is because you as an investor, you're starting off by telling people that you can solve their problem. I can solve your problem. Because that's what people pay for. People pay to get their problem solved, period. Some of you are here because you have a problem and you're trying to get it solved right now. The problem that you're trying to solve is either learning, or you want to make some money, or you want to get this knowledge so you can live your life a certain way. So you become the problem solver. But usually the thing that might hold you back is, hey, I can't even solve my own problems. How am I going to solve somebody else's? You know what I'm saying? I'm working on my own problems, Joe. So how am I going to solve another person's problem? This is how you're going to do it. How you're going to do it is knowing once you're aware. So all we're going to do today, I'm going to make you aware. You're going to become aware of the fact that you are a problem solver. And when you obsess with fixing somebody else's problem, that's the only way that you can get paid. That's the only way you won't have a problem of getting paid. When you know that you're solving people's problems. So as a service provider and as a problem solver, hey, right? You let everyone know just in your contacts. I am a real estate investor. I'm a real estate investor. Right? Looking for, you're looking for, no, you're looking to solve real estate challenges. That's who you are. You're a real estate investor looking to solve real estate challenges. Now, you can write this text, starting off with a text like this to anyone. And then the last thing you do is you ask the question, hey, do you know of anyone? Oh, that my thing is bad. That pen didn't write too good. Let me do it again. Do you know of anyone that could use some help? Question mark. So right there, this won't cost you money. This won't cost you a software. It won't even one thing that it will do is it will be a use of your time. And I know your time is valuable. And thank you again for trusting me with your time today. But if you're able to write this to every single person in your contact, you'll start. The thing is, what you want to get is answers. Because when you ask a question, do you know someone who needs help? A lot of people are either going to do a couple things. They're either going to say, no, I don't know, maybe. Or they'll say, hey, I know my aunt, my cousin, or my friend. Right? At worst, what they'll say is, not really, but I'll keep you in mind. So when a person says, I'll keep you in mind, that's really all you want. Because this is where you want to be in this game, right? You want to be at the front of someone's mind, right? So I know, Donna, you're a real estate agent, and one of the things that they teach you as a real estate agent is to constantly send things to people, send postcards, send them advertisements, so that when they run into an issue, they call you. Right? That's the first thing. Hey, you don't want to be out of sight, out of mind. And that's the harsh reality. Not even the heart. That's just the truth about this business, is that you got to stay in the front cortex. I guess that's what you call it. You just have to stay in the front of someone's mind. So when they think of the problem, they'll call you, because people don't really care. They're just going about their lives. People are just going about their lives, and they just want to solve their problems. Like, I'm hungry, so I got to eat. That's their problem, right? I want to go outside today because it's a nice day. They solve their problem. So if you do this, and I'll share my screen again, the first step is, if you do this to every person, you'll get an answer, because that's what you're looking for. And that starts the conversation. Now, the next thing, if let's say you're not a real estate investor, you can say, I am working with a real estate investor. Because if you don't have the confidence to be like, hey, you've never done a deal, so you don't consider yourself an investor, you're brand new, right? You're brand new. Hey, you can say you're working with me. No problem. So I'm working with some real estate investor that can solve some real estate challenges. So now you're being honest, because your honesty is saying, hey, I'm learning. I'm learning with some people. And people love honesty, because this is a journey. With my t-shirt, if you see my t-shirt, it says here, my t-shirt. It's all about the journey. So you being on a journey to learn, if you tell someone that, most people, I think everyone here appreciates the truth. Right? I can appreciate that. Oh, you learning real estate? Okay. You working with a group? You working with some investors? Cool. So now I know you have to, it's a must that people know what you're doing, because there's enough people out there that need your services if they only knew what you can do for them. It's always the question. What can you do for me? How can you help me? Always remember, hey, yo, look, I'm in real estate. I'm in real estate. Don't forget, anytime you have a problem or you want to do something, let me know, see if I can help you. And then you'll get that call, or you'll get the answer. So this is an action step. Right? So now if you're not working with a person, let's say if you don't feel you're a real estate investor, you're working with, right? You can also be honest and say, the truth is, I'm learning. I'm learning about real estate investing. So now you can say, hey, I'm learning about real estate investing, and I'm looking to, yes, I'm looking to solve real estate challenges. Yes. So you can say I'm learning. But this is the question. Do you know of anyone that could use some help? The person might say me. The person might say I do. The person might do that. Your main focus as an investor, this is the first thing in finding a property, is letting people know that you can solve their problems. That's the first thing. And as long as everybody understands that, and you got the foundation down pat. Right? I help people solve their real estate challenges. Y'all got that? Put a Y in the chat. Let me know. Okay, I understand that, Joe. Even if you've heard it before, but now you know it for real. If you heard it before and you still don't have a deal, if you heard it before and you're learning, that means that you're still at the same spot. You haven't been able to solve a person's problem yet. Because you probably skipped over that, right? You skipped over that part. Maybe you're looking for a house on Zillow that's for sale. If you're looking for a house on Zillow that's for sale, that pool is that's a huge pool. There's a lot of sharks out there. But I'm gonna show you where you can go where you're the only one in there. You and maybe somebody else. That's it. You're the only one in there. All right. Back to my screen. You got it, right? Now, once you get answered and you start this part of the conversation, then things like this can happen for you. Right? What I'm going to show you is a result of this, where what I do is I just let people know that I'm in this business and I can help them, because everyone wants to solve a problem. So once I do that, then that's where you're going to get the result. And I'm going to show you an example of of a result that I got from just letting people know. Watch this right here. I'm gonna bring in my phone and I'm gonna show you a response that I got from a friend of mine, someone who knows me. Yeah. All right. So now, here we go. Hey Joe, what's up? Not sure you remember me. This is a person that I know. He knows I play basketball at Brooklyn Sports Club, right? Listen to what he says here. I thought you had mentioned. You see, I thought you mentioned. I thought you said something. So I planted the seed in his head. That's it. You were involved in buying homes for cash. Now, I never told him about the cash part, but he's associating buying homes cash with what he's seen in the past. Is that still the case? This, my friends, is what you call a lead. That's a lead. This is 100%, and I'll change the color. Let's make it green for money. This is a lead because he wants to know if I can help him. He's really asking me, hey, can you possibly help me? He doesn't know if I can, but he's checking. And really, that's what you came here for. This is a way to get leads in your pipeline. This person is not on Zillow. They didn't put the for sale sign up on their lawn yet. They didn't call the realtor yet or anything. What they're doing is checking to see if I can help them. And that's really all you want. Hey, what's going on? I just wanted to step in here really quick and just say, hey, if you want to get trainings like this for yourself live, so I did this training as part of our community during the live session. So if you want to get the live experience and be part of training like this, where you can just ask questions and you can get your questions answered right then and there, you could check out our investing community, our real estate community, and I'll leave the description. I'll leave the link to our community in the description. You can just check it out and see if you want to experience trainings like this in a live setting where you get your questions answered immediately. All right. So tap in if you want. I'll leave the link to the community in the description and you can check us out. All right. Let's get back to the training. Because a person goes through stages. See, when a person is thinking about doing something, you think about doing something, you go through stages before you decide what to do. You check your options. And what you want to become is one of those options. You won't always get picked. You probably won't always get picked. You just still want to be an option. I'm an option in your list. When this comes up, I have to be an option. And the good news about this is that you can scale this because you can always be an option. As long as you keep reminding a person, you're always an option. And the way you can scale it, meaning you don't always have to send out a bunch of texts. You don't always have to, get a software or send postcards out. Like that could be a lot of work. How you can scale it is the part that most people have also in their phones is this. The thing that you also have in your phone of today's world, and I don't know how many people hate it, is your social media. Your own personal TV channel, right? That's another way you can scale it. Now, it doesn't matter if you're not heavy on social media, you don't like social media, it doesn't matter. Right? What matters is that everybody's on there, even your family members, even on Facebook. Facebook, everybody's on. My dad, 80 years old. My father's 80 years old. And he's on Facebook because I post some of my basketball stuff. And he be like, yo, I didn't know you could play basketball. Or he'll be like, how's business? My dad is 80. He's on Facebook. So at least people that know you are on Facebook. So what I'm saying is you don't have to use social media, but here's your option to scale it. Instead of having to send out 100 separate texts because you don't have that option yet, or sending out a bunch of postcards, what you can do is you can make one quick little verb about what you do. Because everybody, when it's their birthday, everybody takes pictures of themselves when it's their birthday. Everybody posts when it's their birthday on Facebook. It's my birthday. And then you get everybody like, happy birthday. If you can post yourself on your birthday, then you can promote your business saying what it is that you can help somebody with. You understand? If you could do that, then you can do this. Again, what you're here for is to find out how you can locate a lead, to have people calling you. And let me tell you something, it feels really good. I don't know about you, but you tell me, doesn't it feel good when somebody calls you and asks you if you can help them with what your business is, as opposed to chasing somebody down? Does that feel a little bit better when somebody's like, hey, Donald, can you check my house out? That's gotta feel better. And that's what this is. Okay? I'm gonna show you another result of doing the same exact thing. All right, the same thing. Hold on. Here's result number 2. Let's go here. Okay. You see the first message I sent in the thread? Yep. Okay, cool. And then what I'm asking him here, this guy, he called me, right? And he told me about he has a property in Georgia that he wants to get rid of. All right. He has a property in Georgia that he wants to sell. And here it is right here, September 2024. Let's see the pics. So he sent me 2 videos of the house that he wants to get rid of. This is, again, not on Zillow. I didn't chase him. This is him reaching out to me to see if I can help him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the house. Let's look at a house together. Let's take a look at the lead and see what the leads look like. Maybe we can do something. The next thing you're going to do is, remember what I said here in this part. Right? Once you find the property, now you have to analyze it. Meaning you have to see the condition. The first thing you do to analyze it when you're doing the numbers is you're going to check the condition of the property. Once you find it, a person wants you to help them. Let's look at the condition. That's the part here. Analyze. Right after you find it, it's only 3 things that you have to do. So now let's look at the condition of this property. Y'all hanging out with me. And this is what investors do all day. I didn't even leave my house yet. I didn't leave my house. I didn't drive anywhere. I didn't drive for dollars. I haven't sent a postcard. I'm just in my phone with people that I already know. So I'm doing this from my couch while the Knicks are going to be playing basketball later. I'm doing this from my couch at home with my kids. And so you can do it too, right? So let's go here. Farmhouse update. Let's look at here. Take a look at the screen. We're going to go look at the house together. Let's see if it comes up.
I had to throw in the New York Knicks.
You know I got to throw in New York Knicks. There it is. Let's look at this lead together, y'all. Woo! Y'all see that? It's a video though. I'm gonna play it. All right.
Yeah, it got worse. Now you can see right through the roof from the first floor.
You saw that? That was quick. You need to see it again? All right, I'm gonna show it one more time. Let's go. I'll pause it.
Yeah, it got worse. Now you can see right through the roof from the first floor.
You see that? So now we're looking at the condition of the property. We're looking at the condition. So now what you have to understand from this, right? If you remember what you learned, what I said in the beginning, you solve problems. His problem is that he has this house. He lives in New York. This house is in Georgia, and it's a pain in his side, right? And he knows he can't put it on the market as is. He has to sell it quick to a person who can come in and do that type of work. He has to sell it to a person that can come in and deal with that problem, because that problem is, he already let me know, is too much. So he was like, Joe, can you help me with this? And the only reason why he called me is because he has this issue. It was a house that he inherited from his parents. And now some people might take that and they may sell it themselves or take it as an opportunity for them to do something. And they may inherit. You would think, well, why would somebody want to sell a house that their mother gave them? The truth is, in real estate, people get things all the time that they don't want. And a house will be one of them, believe it or not. A property will be stressful to them. And if it is a problem, the property becomes a problem. So what you will always remember is, I'm looking for somebody who has a house as a problem. If somebody wants to sell their house and they just want to make a bunch of money, I don't think that's a problem. You can move on from there. Where you'll find a good lead, where you have enough room for you to make money, is if you find someone who has a problem where the motivation is not that they want to make a bunch of money, but they want to get rid of that issue that we just looked at. It's coming through, it got worse. It's coming through the roof. This property is deteriorating. Let me get rid of it before it's worth nothing to me. I better get something before it's worth nothing. Right? So this is what he called me about, and then I'm able to look at the condition. And the last few minutes, I'm going to open up for questions that you would have on leads, on what I just went over. And you'll be able to ask questions so you can get more clarification based on where you are. Because something that I had a conversation with my guy Donald earlier today, he was like, yeah, you know what? Like, wherever you are in your career, like wherever I am, you have no idea how far I've gotten as an investor. But what we want to do to help you is meet you wherever you are in your journey, so that we can help you get to where you want to go. All right. So there's the condition on that property. Hold on. Where's the other one? I think we're good on this one, right? So he had another one. This is the second video he sent me. Let's look at the condition of this one. Here we go.
So we made it down to the house, and the roof is gone. Yeah, this roof is gone. This look like a total demo. Front door, steps going upstairs. That's also gone. Kitchen, yikes. So yeah, it looked like a tear down.
All right. Now, if you're just starting out, something like that might be overwhelming to you. The thing is, what you do when you get a lead like that is you bring it to an investor that has done those things before. So that's where now the strategy would be, you can wholesale a property like that. Because there is a person that will come in and either tear that down and rebuild it. You just have to know who that person is. And so you see this thing on top of me, this is Empire XL. So in our community, we have investors that can deal with that. So if you find something like that from someone in your contacts, you can just come to us and say, hey, I got this property. Do you help me get rid of it so I can get paid? And it could be that simple in terms of the process. All right? It could be that simple in terms of the process. I got one more. I got a condition of another property. The other guy who texts me, I'm gonna show you this because then we got questions before. I want to show you one more thing as well. That property was in Georgia. This is New York. All right. Some of y'all know New York, St. Albans, Queens. So this one is in St. Albans. This is the guy who said, if I buy properties cash. His situation is that he lives in Georgia. His mom and his dad is getting older, so the house is getting too big for them. And they want to sell it. He wants to sell it for his mother. All right. And so he knows that I deal with that type of stuff. So here's the condition of this property right here. So it's a brick house. We know it's brick. This is him sending me pictures. There it is right here. It's attached. He took a picture of the yard. Here's the yard. That's the street. Looks cool, right? There it is. He's taking a picture of the street. This is inside. So right now we start to see, let me see if I can make it bigger, that it looks a little dated. This is inside. I guess this is the attic. You can tell by the furniture. Mom's been living there a long time. Mom's been living there a long time. But here's the thing. We just looked at two properties and you did it from right where you're sitting. This is how investors look at properties. And this is how you can be looking at properties too. Just like this. There's the kitchen. You could tell it's dated. Look at this stove. Look at the tile. It's been like this for a long time. Oh, he took a little video. Let's see what the video looked like. 12 seconds. There it is. Livable, but just dated. Mom is ready to move out. There's the dining room. He took another video. All right, cool. There's the dining room. Not bad. Livable, but dated. Yep, that's it. All right. So now I open up for questions. So the thing is this, right? The session for today is to ask a question. Would it be a bad idea for you to just, as much as you can, let people know what you do as a real estate investor, whether you're learning or whether you consider yourself an investor, you're working with investors, and just constantly let people know that, hey, I can help you. This is what I do. If you need any help, reach out. That's the thing. So just the last question, and you're going to put an N in the chat. Would it be a bad idea to let everyone in your contacts know, whether you text them or you put it in your little social media, even your little Facebook, even if you got 10 people following you, 10 of your friends, put an N in the chat. Would it be a bad idea? No. Donald says no. Vanessa says no. Great. And the thing is, you can start that today, right now. As soon as you leave here, there's your action step. And don't worry about how long it's going to take. Even if you need money yesterday, you just have to start doing this now so that somebody could call you today or next month. But the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well start doing it to build up your pipeline. So any questions? We got a few minutes. So that was training on finding leads, right? So if you have questions, you can leave your question in the comments and I'll answer your questions. And if you ever want to be part of the live experience, what you can do is just tap into the community. Our next training session is this Friday. So tap into the community. I'll leave the link to the community in the description, and you can just tap in, and that way you can get your live experience when it comes to dealing with trainings like that. And if you want to see me do the numbers, the next video here is doing the numbers on that property. There was one of those properties. I'm going to do the numbers. I'm going to check out the value, the ARV, the after repair value, just to see if that property actually has any money in there, or what number do we have to come in at in order for us to do a successful wholesale. All right. So check out this video if you want to check out the next training, and I'll see you guys on the next training. Be blessed.